Pedro bottom of your screen, Sosa at the top. And, you know, as we talked about before, Sosa pulling off the upset yesterday. This would be another upset, dude.
Yeah, this would be a big one. Thinking about the meta, I think we will see a lot of RG again today, like you said. But I am really interested in the Royal Hogs. I think that Royal Hogs are really strong. They have a lot of potential, and you can use them in a lot of different decks. And apparently we're going to be seeing some more Goblin Hunt as well.
I always see cards or decks that are just, you know, they're played once in a set and not even in every single set. Like, we've seen RG in almost every single set,
right?
But it always shocks me when you get like similar mirror matchups or similar cards that only pop up once every now and then boom, we just start the day with them. Like Goblin Hut was a card that we saw a decent amount yesterday. I think, as you discussed quite a bit yesterday, there's an interesting building situation going on in Clash Royale where I think everyone's trying to figure out what's the best building to run most of the time. And I think, honestly, and correct me if I'm wrong, to you it sounds like most things, including win conditions, but also buildings, are all kind of rock, paper, scissory a little bit right now, because some are so good in matchups and other ones are just completely useless.
Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed it on the head there. I think that a lot of buildings, like I think a lot of the time in CRL or just in Clash Royale history in general, we've seen like one building be very dominant in a meta. But now, since all the buildings are fairly balanced, it's definitely a good thing, but it also makes it so that, you know, you don't really know which building you want to use, and certain buildings are only good versus certain win conditions, etc.
So we will see how this Goblin Hut fares here. Both players not quite pulling the trigger on their win condition. There goes Pedro, and this is what I was talking about yesterday. It's so interesting to see the Goblin Hut played in such different locations than we ever saw before. There was really only a few spots you ever used to play spawners, and that was in the middle of the map or behind your Princess Towers. And now we're seeing them played up higher at the bridge, closer to your own Princess Tower to defend, because again, it's about proximity to get these goblins out on the board. Nice damage in early here from Pedro.
Yeah, he's switching lanes here as well. I don't mind that play. Get the Evo Hunter out of cycle on the other lane, and another weird Goblin Hunt placement like you're mentioning. Just trying to get the goblins spawning in and take advantage of that HP. But the monk's going to deflect all those spear gods, and here comes the RG in the left lane with that Evo Hunter, and there's no Goblin Hunt in cycle. Oh, he cycled back.
And there it is. Goblin Hunt comes down just in time with the retarget of the Goblin Giant. The Berserker's in this. I don't know if we saw any Goblin Giant at all yesterday, maybe only once. And then today we're starting the day off with it. We saw Berserker once because I couldn't even remember her name. And here she is once again here. And kind of like what you and I talked about yesterday, we do have a strong ground tank, right, with the Berserker in here, with the Goblin Giant. Even the guards can kind of help tank on the ground just a little bit. But the Berserker just in there to put in great DPS defensively. So it looks like Pedro is using that card, that new card, very well. As the RG misses the tower with that new kind of range targeting that's been happened, like the sight range with all the units. So we see a second Goblin Hut have to come down with the retarget from the Goblin Doctor.
Pedro's rolling with the punches here, though. He's getting some Goblin Huts down. He's cycling very quickly. He's going to have Evo Snowball and cycle now as well. There's about 10 seconds until triple elixir overtime, and he's going to sneak in another Evo Bomber hit on the tower. If he's able to hold the line and defend here, he will be successful. He will win this game.
Yeah, this is a really fascinating deck because, you know, with the Goblin Giant out, you know, you look at the rest of the cards other than his win condition, the most expensive card is his building at 4, and the building, as you see right here, being played a little bit offensively. So while this deck looks a little bit kind of Frankenstein together, it seems to have some great synergy.
Wow,
great Evo Snowball there.
Yeah, you can see Sosa just really upset. As soon as he saw that Evo Snowball, he realized he didn't have anything in cycle. There's no log, there's no Barbarian Barrel in his deck here, so those goblins are unstoppable. He only has 25 seconds to get this RG through, but there's 2 Goblin Huts blocking the lane.
And this is not, honestly, too dissimilar from what we saw Sosa win with yesterday, in the sense of, you saw that entire game, it was almost like Samuel was like, what am I playing against? How do I win this game number 2 that they were in? It felt like Sam was just trying to adjust the whole game. And honestly, it kind of felt like